2 basic stretches used for dancing.
And also for acrobatics and gymnastics. So let's get started. Alright, to start off, we're gonna stretch our arms. And the first thing we do is move them in a circle. And then usually we'll reverse it, so you're gonna do it forwards. And then next, you're gonna take one of your arms and put it in front of you, and then scoop with your other arm. And then you're kind of gonna put some tension, and you're gonna feel a stretch right here. And then usually you switch, because you do have to stretch both sides equally. And then usually you have to stretch up here. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna grab your elbow and pull a little bit. Don't pull too hard because you don't wanna hurt anything. Just a little gentle pull until you feel a stretch right here. And then again, you're gonna switch. Both those stretches you can do as many times as you want until you feel warmed up and ready to go. So next is when you're doing acrobatics or gymnastics, you want to stretch out your wrists. So usually you want to stretch this area, so you kind of push. You can do this on the floor too if you want. And then you can move them in a circle. You just grab them together and move it in a circle. You can do both ways. And you can do, just like she did, separately.
Okay, the next acro gymnastic jump for stretching is called arm circles. Now this is different than jumping jacks, but what you are going to do is when you jump in the air, you want your arms to circle all the way around you, and then when you land, you're gonna have them in this position. Now also when you land, you want to bend your knees so you don't land hard on the ground, and you lose the momentum when you do that also. So, Cassidy. And that's how you do stretches.
And you can also do them 20 times, as many as you're capable of doing. Next up, we're gonna do what's called the quad stretch. And what you're gonna do, you're simply gonna take your foot and connect your knee to the other knee, because you don't want it out here. That's not the right way to do it. So you want it close to your other knee, and you're gonna kind of pull a little bit because you're gonna feel a stretch here. And then if you can't balance correctly and you're wobbling all over the place, you can also hold onto the wall like she is doing here. All right, so next up is stretching your hamstring area, which is the back of your leg. To me, these stretches feel really good when I'm stretching because, yeah, it just feels really, really good. So what she's going to do, she's opening up to what's called second position, and she's going to stretch down to one of her legs. And when you do this, you're going to feel a stretch back there that is definitely normal. And you want to keep your legs as straight as they can be. You don't want to bend them because then you'll lose the stretch. Next, she's going to go to the center. This kind of stretches both of them equally. And then she'll go to the other side as well. Again, this whole time you want to keep your legs as straight as possible.
All right, next we're going to do our straddle stretches. So Cassidy's going to get into a straddle position. And then for the first time, you're going to point your feet. So point is just when you keep your foot planted, obviously. And you want to stretch your ankle. So Cassie's going to go to one side, and she's going to stretch and try to put her hand all the way down. And then after a certain amount of seconds, she's going to lift her other arm up above, which stretches kind of this area right here.
And
she's going to go to the other leg and do the same exact thing. You also want to remember that you tweak your feet, otherwise the stretch won't be done correctly. Okay, next, Cassidy is going to bring her hands up and stretch towards the middle. Now this kind of also stretches both of these legs and equally. Now she's going to stretch her hands forward like she showed before. Now she's going to flex her feet. Now flex is like the opposite of point, and flex is when you stretch your foot upwards instead of pointing it down. And also what can help you is, you might see Cassidy doing it, but you might, to keep the momentum of the feet, you could just like rock it. And last but not least, you could do the straddle stretch in the middle. Now something else you could do is you can also hold your toes when you're stretching outwards, like that. That also works. Either way, whatever is most comfortable for you. Okay, well that's the lower body stretches. That's it.
And one last tip with any stretches that you do with your feet or even a hamstring stretch is to turn out your feet like you would in what's called first position.